The Dallas Independent School District played host today. Skyline High School, the nation's educational showplace, was the setting for a meeting of the Texas Education Agency's board, which usually meets in Austin. Before taking a tour of the facility, the board heard reports on Dallas's performance contracting and drug abuse education, and then passed several important new educational plans. I talked with Ben R. Howell, chairman of the board, about a new project called A Design for the Development of Occupational-Career Orientation.
Yes, the program which was approved by our state board today is directed toward the idea of giving children all the way from the kindergarten through the high school as a part of their everyday school instruction and not fragmented into a special course, and understanding of the dignity of working, the way in which the individual can best fit into and become a part of a functioning, useful world, to aid the children in making decisions that will guide them along proper lines of study to achieve their greatest potential, and to have an understanding of the economics of our society and the structure of the city and the nation, and how they can best fit into that as a productive member. We feel it is a very important step.
Also today, you issued the first official policy statement on bilingual education. What does this involve?
Bilingual education involves the recognition that many children in Texas, it is of course those that are Spanish-speaking, come into the school with a tongue and a knowledge of language that is not English. Obviously, the child who understands nothing of English has difficulty when he enters school. The attempt in bilingual education is to give those children instruction in their own language, Spanish, while teaching them English, and gradually transfer the Spanish-speaking student into one who speaks English and Spanish both.
Well, the only other avenue that's left open is to go to the courts, that is the federal courts, and to point out that the plan that was prepared, which is utterly ridiculous as far as Dallas County is concerned, is unconstitutional in that it deprives the urban areas of their rightful representation. And as you know, Senator Oscar Mauzy from Dallas has a suit prepared, which he will go into the federal court. And I personally hope that we'll be successful in that suit.
Realistically, do you think you can be successful?
Well, it's just taking another step in the direction and the trend in which the federal court has gone in saying that they're denying the urban areas their rightful representation. For example, in Dallas County, you're letting 9/10 of the representation be cut up, where you only need 1/10. It's just like the tail wagging the dog instead of letting the dog wag the tail. And that's exactly what they're doing to us in Dallas County. I feel that the step can be made, and I feel that there's a good 50-50 chance that the court will take that step and say that you cannot fill out the rural districts at the expense of the urban districts. And this is just a monster that they've built for Dallas County.
Last summer we had over 18,000 young people participating.
Well, what programs will the $110,000 be used for?
It will be used to help the youth serving agencies that already have ongoing programs. Now, these people need some assistance to expand their program. They can extend programs more into the poverty areas, even establish programs in some of the areas where there are no programs presently going.
Well, I think they like them. On the whole, I think they think they're one of the best because I have traveled campuses across the state of Texas. We have students in our organization from 11 campuses in the state, and I found that your police departments on the whole in your other cities are not anywhere close as good as the Dallas Police Department is. And compared to them, I think the students here love the Dallas Police. We're getting ready. We hope to be able to put some students in patrol cars. We feel if some young people have to ride around with the Dallas Police Department and see the problems of the police, they'll understand the problems of them more. We also, if we can get permission, the radio station is going to be running public service announcements in support of the Dallas Police Department, and we hope to be working with the police a lot more. And I've talked with representatives of the police association and representatives of the police department itself and the community service division, and they are encouraging us to get more involved. They say we're the first youth organization to go like we're going in support of the police department as much as we have.
Well, I know that Thad is always in real great shape, and he's a precise boxer and a real good counterpuncher. He's always in condition when he comes to fight, and I'm anticipating a very good fight. I fought Thad once before in a stand-up knockdown fight, and it was a real crowd pleaser, and we had a standing ovation after the fight. So I'm anticipating the same, and I hope that the people are well satisfied because I'm here to fight.
How would you compare Thad with Terry Daniels?
Well, I would say this, that they're basically opposite as far as punching because Daniels makes most of his own openings. He's more of an aggressor and more of a sharp puncher, whereas Spencer is a counter-puncher, and he'll counter-punch the daylights out of you if you let him. So you've got to be on your toes and very smart and agile and quick, and don't make any mistakes because he's smart enough to take advantage of those mistakes.
So on this assumption, the fight fans tomorrow night will see a different Tony Doyle than they saw against Terry Daniels?
Well, I would think so because the first time I fought here with Terry, I was a little cautious because I didn't want to take a chance on getting a cut or getting a bruise or anything like that because it was real close to the fight with Jimmy Ellis, which I already had signed. So I was a little cautious and being careful because I didn't want to get knocked out of the slot for that shot. And I think that I'm going to be a little more precise, a little more definite this time, but everything goes all right.